No, I just still want to listen. Because he's finding something.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say the plate is, I want to pause it for a second.
But he's an informative guy.
Yeah, I want to pause it while I'm going to take this back away, I go number 2 also.
Are you sure you
I was
don't
gonna say,
want me to hear him? It's Ivan Reckon.
leave here when I get back, I'm just gonna take this to the kitchen. Come on.
All right, I'll help you with it.
Alright, careful with the knife.
All right. He's an informative guy. I know he has. I'm sure he asked the Lord for forgiveness for that.
Alright, careful, I give me a bottle of water.
I'm sure he asks the Lord forgiveness for him doing that. I don't know. He's the information guy, though.
You're doing it on your own volition. I'm just gonna call you out. Dan Bongino last week.
Yeah, what happened to him?
He fucking blocked me, right?
What?
On Twitter.
No way. I used to love his podcast, not much.
So yeah, great. A lot of stuff. Truth.
Why do you block you?
I mean, wait.
Man,
Well, before I answer that, what do you think? If you see somebody
Here he
blocking
goes, crushing the bottle again. Why?
you heard
So
me
take
speak.
that machine,
I'm probably not the dumbest guy in the
we
room,
have to throw it
right?
away.
Would you
Fair
be
assessment,
fair?
I have to empty it too often.
I probably know a little bit about the government. I can probably give some pretty solid advice. We haven't even gotten into the forecasting part, the phases that I talked about, like how do we fix things forward? So if our
Both
government
cats were speaking
at the
in.
deputy director of the FBI level
Too good.
doesn't want critical feedback, are they going to be able to see the entire landscape of the problem?
Oh,
They might not even identify it.
But you're interested in what he's got to
no,
say.
listen, but you gotta go, you gotta go.
But it's not like you're interrupting
Better
him.
than most people.
Sorry, I'll leave it on
Look at
for
their
you,
body
alright?
language when they
But you like his information.
The public, he's gotta go. I don't have a bathroom in here, maybe it's closed.
night.
I mean,
He's
do I look
the
like
guy who says
someone
he
fucking
knows it
controls
all.
me?
No.
Okay, you're not
Your
listening.
moves, your
What?
timing, your...
Listen to
I
that.
just say whatever.
At least
Whatever's,
listen,
you know,
but they're not in
yeah,
kindergarten.
lifetime
Nobody is.
experience, to be able to genuinely, through interpersonal skills, right, with IQ, right, intellectual or EQ, excuse me, IQ and EQ,
Yep.
to be able to respond to you, right?
Yeah, they
So
look
that-
tense. They're...
And notice how I pause there because I'm paying attention to your nonverbals too, because a lot of times nonverbals are faster than what your brain can communicate and say. And they're just tense, right?
very...
And what do they say on Maria Bartiromo show on Fox News? Because they're told they can only go on Fox News, right? And be cosplaying over there along with Pam Bondi as a co-host. All they do is say that, oh, it's coming. Just wait for it. It's coming. Guess what, there's the trust me bro factor that has already expired. There's the waiting. Bro, you've been in the position 10 months. You haven't even done the fucking simple shit. The simple shit, I'll remind you what the simple shit is, Cash. Dan, remember those whistleblowers from the FBI? The Garrett O'Boyles, the Steve Friends, even if you don't like how he talks, Kyle Seraphin, etc. They fucking stood their ground. How about you elevate them to the most senior positions in the very FBI, so that you have a layer of protection if you're gonna fucking clean house. And oh, by the way, last I checked, you wanted to raise down to the ground the FBI headquarters. Oh, now you're gonna upgrade it to the Ronald Reagan building, a couple of blocks down the road, and pat him on the back. You have a problem. I was excited that Cash and Dan were
I
doing
was so
this.
pumped.
And then
Can we attack
I'm
the
never
mail?
a week into it,
Okay.
2 weeks into it, fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Personnel is policy.
Right.
The very first thing that all of these people should have
Nothing to
done,
joke
and they can
around
still do
about.
now. Like tomorrow, they can wake
Try
up and
to
say, "Oh,
listen.
you know what? Fuck." They need to wipe out every single person that is vaccinated in this country. Fucking wipe them all out. Exterminate them.
You think it's not bad?
Yeah.
Being vaccinated?
Because what is that? That is the #1 litmus test of your mettle as an American citizen these last 5 fucking years.
What about the forced ones when you had a job?
I'm gonna repeat myself. If you got the fucking vax in this government, you do not belong in my government. Full stop. There. Okay? Now, I do give mercy for those that were injured, that were forced and injured by the jab. Because now you're going to be able to explain to everyone else how you fucked up.
I feel that.
Yeah.
At least admit you fucked up, because some people are still
And
denying.
if you disagree with me, you're a fucking extremist.
There's too much proof for this.
Here's why. You are not a critical thinker. You caved to the prevailing narrative, bullshit, and you like, oh, I get it. Some people are like, oh, I made the wrong decision. Dan Bongino took the fucking jab, okay? He doesn't belong in my government, okay? That's how I feel, because those that were critical thinkers, at first they were critical thinkers and refused at first, right? 2, they withstood the tyranny of the 4-year Biden criminal syndicate that tried to force these governments.
If you can't read small print anymore,
Put the Martians on the other end, the mall.
They withstood the tyranny of the 4-year Biden criminal syndicate that tried to force these government officials into the jab. They lost families, fortune, etc., etc. They've already proven up. That's all the resume that I need.
Would you apply that to the highest level, though? Because
I would.
Big guy got it, too.
I would.
So even the president. I couldn't believe he got it. He got it pretty late, too. The last round I saw a few months ago or whatever.
He's proving himself to be a big pharma protector shield.
I wonder if he actually got it. You think he did? Or you think he
He
just said
boasts about it, and his Truth Social, he boasts about it.
Wow. That's crazy to me. Because I've had Trump Jr. on the show, and I find it hard to believe. But who knows? Maybe he actually got it.
Tell me how. Like, disagree with me.
I don't see Trump Jr. getting it. I don't know if he said he got it, but he's anything like his father. It's just hard to believe for me, you know?
Before I gave a couple years of grace. At this point, my patience is over. There's no more grace.
Wow. You were a big supporter of him, right?
No, I'm talking about on the jab issue.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about
Not overall.
Okay.
I'm not saying overall. It's just the last few months it's been betrayal after betrayal. He goes after. Let me go through the list. Albert Bourla, the CEO of Pfizer, the largest DNA mutilation distribution company on the planet. Okay? What does that mean? I mean, that the CDC's own website talks about how many Pfizer jabs resulted in, we're talking about 30+ thousand people slaughtered. And that's a factor of potentially only 1% based, if you look at the vaccine adverse events reporting system on CDC's website,
What about it?
it lists who died as a result of a jab. And it's a 31-year database, 32, 33 at this point, I think. And when you look at it, and you just search for not injuries or adverse events, you look at deaths as a result of jabs that were processed through the system. There's 38,000 deaths that have resulted as a result of the COVID jabs. which accounts for over 50% of all vaccines of every category for 33 years.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
Guess what? What happened when I talked about when I would screenshot and screen video the CDC's own data and post it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I got taken down.
Or not YouTube, on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of it censored. It's the government's own fucking data.
They want the plausible deniability that they published it, but they just don't want it reaching the masses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you look at that, and you look at a Harvard study that was done that says the CDC's had the vaccine adverse events reporting system only addresses 1%, documents 1%, because like most people don't file it if there's a death or an injury. So if you do a multiple of 100, what's 38,000 times 100? 3.8 million. Let's just say it's not 100. Multiple is 50. That's still what, 2 million? 1.9. And so we don't know, right? Because they've censored us out of the truth. And so this will probably get censored as well.
Yeah. Well,
That's the problem. Is because like I'm citing stuff. It's not like Ivan Raiklin spewing bullshit.
Yeah.
We can pull it up. It's the VAERS one database, WONDER database on the C. Just look up on search. Vaccine adverse event reporting system, and then look at the data yourself. And then people are like, well, that's fake, that's false. Well, then show me that it's fake. What better data can you use than that? CDC's own data. It's ridiculous. So, on that note, why would anyone that's America First or MAGA endorse a Democrat COVID criminal that slaughtered thousands of elderly that they admitted that they slaughtered as governor of New York to be the mayor of New York City, Andrew Cuomo? That's fucking total betrayal.
he got smoked in the last race. So.
Why would Trump endorse him? That to me is a total betrayal.
What was the other option? I guess Adams. Eric Adams.
Slow.
Oh wait, yeah,
The
governor.
Republican.
Yeah.
There was a Republican. There was the communist that won, and then there was the Democrat turned independent COVID fucking criminal. Who did Miriam Adelson tell Susie Wiles to tell Donald Trump to endorse? The Democrat COVID criminal.
Do you think Trump's following Adelson's orders like that?
Let's go through the indicators.
Bring in the facts and receipts.
Let's go through some
I
of the
mean, she is the
indicators.
biggest donor, right?
There you go. Let's start with that. She's the biggest donor to the Trump campaign and PACs, associated affiliated PACs. Right? Number 2, Elon Musk. In the last cycle.
She donated to Elon?
No, I'm talking about to Trump,
Oh, okay.
because Elon donated much.
Yeah.
So after Miriam, it's Elon, right?
Right.
So what happened on May 31st? Miriam Adelson flicked out. Elon Musk at the White House, right? Who did? Sergio Gore, supposedly, the media says. Do you think Sergio Gore? Do you think that if Miriam Adelson and Susie Wiles, the chief of staff, and Donald Trump wanted to keep Elon Musk in the fold and veto the head of personnel, Sergio Gore, that they would have done it?
They could have. They had the thought.
Did they? There's another indicator. Okay? Next indicator is who was on Bibi Netanyahu's 2020 re-election campaign in Israel initially. One individual. Was her? Susie Wiles. Her chief of staff for Donald Trump. You know that?
No.
What do you think? Not even notice. It's weird. In Israel she was. Elaborate. Weird.
Like she was running for a political position in Israel, you're saying?
No, she was a campaign advisor to Bibi Netanyahu.
I was gonna do that.
See the connection.
I was gonna
Adelson providing maximum funding, right? Both to Trump and to Benjamin Netanyahu. Like, remember Trump about a month ago said that Miriam Adelson is more loyal to Israel
Yeah, so,
than the United States, but yet she's the biggest donor to Trump. What do most people think when I say that?
I mean, she donates even more to Israel, right? Logically.
That's one aspect, but like, how much? The bottom line question is like, for those that are voting and want to be part of the political process, do you want your American government officials to have loyalties to another country more than your own, regardless of what country it is? No. I think I would probably say that 90% of the country agrees with you. No. If not more. So then, well, why is it that way?
Join ICE with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Join.ice.gov.
Is it that way? Money talks, right? So then how do we decouple from that? But before we do decouple, do the exercise of decoupling, it's if Epstein is a blackmail operation, which I think 100% of your viewers agree with that.
I would say most of them, yeah.
99%.
At this point, yeah. I have a young audience.
So, if you agree that it is a blackmail operation ran by the Mossad, jointly with the CIA and MI6, or let's just say it's just the Mossad, and they have dirt and blackmail through this scheme of key individuals, leadership, politicians, finance, business, etc. And you're the biggest, most influential donor to Israel, Miriam. Do you want those files to be released?
No.
Why?
It would expose a lot.
It removes your leverage, right?
Yeah.
Dude, if I can't blackmail you, like if the blackmail that I have on you is now exposed, you have to deal with public pressure and criminality and civil litigation, etc. Right? But I no longer have leverage over it because it's now out there publicly.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm the one holding the blackmail, right? So if I'm married, hypothetically, if I'm Miriam Adelson and this Epstein blackmail ring is as such, and I control Bibi Netanyahu through my funding or influence, I don't want things to be released. And if I also influence financially and policy-wise Donald Trump in the White House, I want to make sure that he doesn't allow the release of those Epstein files. Because then if he does, I'm not going to fund him, I'm not going to fund the people, and everybody loses, right? Within the top tier. But the truth gets exposed. So what did I say about truth? Like, I'm loyal to the truth. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about a trillionaire, or president, prime minister. Everybody's on it, right?
Yeah.
I can fuck with them, I can fuck with them, text them all day long. So he blocks me on text, or Sig, or whatever. Same thing with Cash. They can ignore me, but they'll probably still receive the message. We'll have to delete it or ignore whatever. Or if they don't do that, then I can talk to a dozen people around them, right? Probably the same ability if you're going to all these events. Try to play with people like
It's a small space.
small space, right? So once you're in. So if Miriam Adelson is doing this, and they have blackmail on certain cabinet level officials that she teed up to be in this cabinet, even if Trump's not in on it, and some of his cabinet is in the Epstein files, is he going to want to release them?
No.
Is Pam Bondi going to want to release them? Is Cash going to want to release them? So therein lies the problem. We're at a pivotal point here. The deadline to release them is December 19th.
Why not do it?
That's the 30 days after the legislation was signed in by President Trump.
They haven't until December
19th.
So if it doesn't get released then, it's not getting released, basically, is what you're saying.
Today's the deadline.
Did it expire?
Why is it like that?
Well, tomorrow, it'll expire tomorrow.
So Thomas
They're
Massey
not
and Martin
showing
John
it yet.
Green's legislation that they
No.
promoted.
President Trump's supposed to
voted
talk
on it,
later
Trump
on.
signed it for the release of the Epstein files. Had a 30-day window attached to it.
Oh,
It has to be released within 30 days.
And they sent that out.
That 30-day deadline is December 19th.
Got it. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine you're, as I explained, hypothetically, you're the president, and Pam Bondi and Kash Patel. And you're stuck with the dilemma of, oh shit, we're reviewing these Epstein files, and I see this cabinet level official, this mega donor, this, oof. What are you gonna do?
Probably not gonna release it, right? If you're them.
And so, how do we force them to release it?
Social media, pressure,
And what does that pressure do politically?
changes the votes. Next
Where?
election,
How about we do that sooner?
the midterms.
How about we do that sooner?
But sooner than not.
That's where I come into play. So we do it social media, we explain there's a constitutional process called impeachment.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And so, we just had the vote where everyone except for one member of the House voted, except for Clay Higgins, voted for the discharge petition for the release of the Epstein files. And all 100 senators voted. Once they realized that there was 4 Republicans that were going to side with the Democrats, everyone. I mean, how do you defend protecting this pedophile ring?
Yeah.
You don't.
You know, yeah.
It just doesn't work. I don't care what like blue or red district you're in.
Yeah.
Because most of these people aren't pedophiles that are voters.
Yeah.
I'd say over 90% of Americans are not pedophiles.
I hope it's not high.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, on this topic, we're going to, I think on December 19th is going to be interesting. My litmus test is, if I see one letter redacted in that Epstein file release, fucking unacceptable.
I mean, it's gonna
If
happen.
one fucking letter is, if there's a black of one letter, that's unacceptable.
It's gonna happen. Let's be honest.
I don't give a fuck.
JFK files.
You know what? You know how I compromise? To my 100%. That's why I'm undefeated.
But even let's say this impeachment gets pulled off, isn't it going to be the same issue again?
Hold on. We're still talking.
Okay. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
The suspense.
You've thought about this. I can tell.
So, the House is made up of, devil's in the details on everything. To be successful at anything in life, right? So right now the House is made up to where Republicans have a 4-person member majority. So if 4 Republicans sign with all Democrats to impeach Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and hell, if they feel as though Donald Trump's behind covering up the Epstein stuff, they may do the same thing for him.
Okay.
Let's just play out Pam Bondi and Kash Patel. Because they're the ones responsible for releasing it, right?
Yeah.
Particularly Kash. Who do you think would be the 4 Republicans that initially do it? It would be the same ones that just pushed for the legislation, that just had the press conference a few weeks ago. I was just standing right next to them in D.C. during the press conference. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Trump just shit all over her.
Yep.
She's going to be ending her time as she's going to resign
Yeah.
on January 5th. Why doesn't she put a motion forth on day 30 and say, you didn't fucking comply, you shit all over me, you betrayed, I already listed some of the betrayals, you got Burla in there, you endorsed Andrew Cuomo, you fucking, no accountability on anybody. So like, there's not, like, what's the ROI to the American voter for a Donald Trump? I haven't seen the ROI. I personally have. The J6ers have that work, so they have an ROI. But for me, the undefeated voter, I haven't seen an ROI yet. So, okay, you're not going to release the biggest blackmail ring that most people agree to. There has to be some accountability. So you're kind of an accessory to the fact, after the fact at this point. And so you got Marjorie and Thomas Massey, because Chris LaCivita, who is the political wing, he heads up the PACs for Trump that receives the Miriam Hagelson money to primary Thomas Massey. Why wouldn't he vote to impeach? He's the one that put forth and like pushed for this legislation from the get-go. For him to save face, like it's just a continuation of this fight, right? So now you got to find 2 more. You know that there are still Remember Donald Trump was impeached the second time, and 10 Republicans voted in that impeachment?
Yep.
And 2 are still in place, which
In too many cities, dangerous illegals walk free as
Okay.
police are forced to stand down. Join ICE.
so now you got to find 2 more. You know that there's still. Remember Donald Trump was impeached the second time, and 10 Republicans voted in that impeachment?
Yep.
And 2 are still in place.
Which two?
David Balladao from California
Okay.
and Dan Newhouse from Washington.
There's your two.
And they survived 2 re-elections after they voted to impeach Donald Trump. There's your 4.
What a plan.
And so what about when the rest of the House Republicans sees that the impeachment's inevitable? What do you think the rest of the Republicans do?
Follow suit.
Do they have an option? Are they going to go back to their constituents and say, "Oh, I'm going to protect their funds"?
Don't have an option at that point,
I don't
right?
think they have an option. And people hate me for even saying that this is a possibility. Like, hey, you're going against Trump. Like, I'm going for the truth.
Wow. Wow. What a plan.
But I'm not the one to implement it.
Well, you got the connections to implement it, right?
I'm just making the person that sounds over here. That might be sensible.
Yeah, well, there's been whispers of cash impeachment, so you're not the first one to say that.
So if that happens, who's up next? Andrew Bailey? Heard of him?
I haven't, to be honest.
He's the co-deputy director of the FBI. We'll see how things play out there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But that's December 19th. Let's go to January 3rd. Another like topic. Remember I talk about like look at all the landscape, figure out who's not doing what,
Yeah.
and then be like I'm the guy. You know how you have tech scout, tech advisors, right, in Silicon Valley because they've been there, done that. They know the system and how to like plug and play because you know you got the hustle, you got the drive as a founder, but there's just things that you don't know, and you need that guidance and advice. I feel like I'm like the advisor, right? No one's asking for it. I'm just trying to make a better situation. Like truth will create transparency. Transparency creates accountability. Accountability punishes those that deserve it. Okay. Also,
So he's coming off.
it's getting warm in here.
Yeah.
It's getting warmed up, baby.
All right, so Jan 3rd.
Jan 3rd,
And
2026.
What's going to happen that day?
So on January 3rd of odd years is when a new Congress comes into play. Right?
Odd years?
Yeah.
26 is an even year, though.
I'm not there yet.
Oh.
But good, you're listening. January of 3rd of 2025 was when the new Congress, 119 Congress started. Okay? So, Capitol Police Board chairman for that year, until January 3rd, is the Senate Sergeant at Arms. On January 3rd of 2026, it'll be the House Sergeant at Arms. So right now, if you want to get to the truth of January 6th and expose it all, you got to take all the communications and documents of the senior lawyer of the Capitol Police. His name is Tad Tobias. Remember I said 1,500 people. I got them all. So this guy, Tad Tobias, spelled DiBiase, is, let's see here. He is the most senior U.S. Capitol Police officer that was there before January 6th, on January 6th, after January 6th, and still there to this day. They're the only one. This is U.S. legislative branch, deep state, number 1.
Sounds like a fake name.
Thomas Aquinas Tobias. This is full.
What a name.
Yeah, so the Vice President, J.D. Vance, if you're listening in,
He might be.
guess what you can do? You probably didn't even know this. You're the president of the Senate. I'm a lawyer, right? Constitutional lawyer. So as the president of the Senate, you are the one that is the most senior constitutional actor within the U.S. Senate body, meaning you are technically the boss of the Senate Sergeant at Arms. If you decide to take that role and go into the Senate chambers to do that, you can order the chairman of the Capitol Police Board this year, until January 3rd, of the U.S. Senate, the Senate Sergeant at Arms, Jennifer Hemingway and tell her, hey, why don't you order the U.S. Capitol Police General Counsel to release everything, all of his communications and all of his work product related to January 6th, before, on, after. Specifically, all the communications with the executive branch, FBI, DOJ, U.S. Attorney's Office, DHS,
Not much know what Charlie is.
Police Department.
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to watch the cats too. At the same time and definitely listen to those.
When they're asking,
What you looking up on your
where
phone?
did J6 come? You do that, they're all fucked. Let's just say I may or may not have seen some of that.
Wow.
But we gotta go through the legal process to release it.
What you looking up?
So then
See
you
whether-
see that Nancy
see if it is-
Pelosi
just got a new
insurrection.
message.
From who?
I don't know, I
I don't know
don't
if
see
you
it.
do that, but that sounds crazy.
You see why I'm censored?
Yeah, I can see why.
That's just one little example.
Yeah, you're not afraid to call it
And
anymore.
so January 6th rolls around, 2026, that's the 5-year mark.
Yeah.
That's the, for some things, that's the statute of limitations.
Wow, 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
And so maybe it is time for American good Samaritans to help Cash Patel out once he's dealt with for non-release of the Epstein files, to go ahead and ensure that the rest of his organization follows him.
Bars. Well, it's been 2
And
hours.
then January 17th,
We got more?
this will be it. This will be it.
I know this.
Guess what? Remember the lawfare that was done?
Yeah.
The assassination attempts?
Mm-hmm.
The actual assassinations of Charlie Kirk?
Yep.
You think the Democrats are going to stop?
Probably not.
What if they take control over Virginia in the form of the governor and the attorney general and the district attorneys known as Commonwealth attorneys in Northern Virginia? Then that's where almost the entire cabinet, staff, workers within this administration live or work. So imagine you have a Fannie Willis and Alvin Bragg in Northern Virginia and a Letitia James, the AG in New York, as the Attorney General in Virginia.
Oh, God.
And Gavin Newsom times $1 trillion squared as the governor of Virginia.
Oh, my gosh. I would never live there.
That's happening on January 17th. That's, heard of John Brennan,
I haven't.
former CIA director,
Okay.
that's behind all of the treason going on and the coup and the color revolution. You saw Kaidi's video went viral.
Which
World
one?
Defender 45 about the color revolution last couple days.
I haven't seen that.
She's like a 3-minute summary of my 40-hour master
Oh, got it.
of the last 11
I'll
years.
check it out for sure.
Supposedly he knows what's going on.
I don't agree with everything he says.
Yeah, I don't agree with everything he says because he's just human. He don't know everything. The only person who would know is God, the creator. We don't know, even though he claims he knows the information. Think he's that smart?
He's pretty smart, but I don't know if his head's in the right place.
His head is in the right place. I don't know either. Is it in the right place?
I don't know, he was in intelligence, so he knows a lot of stuff that I don't know.
But he is funny, entertaining to watch. We may not agree with everything he says, but
We have to stand by our idiots, because
yeah, these are
that's
chosen people. They need our help. And Ivan Reckon's probably in a different direction. I'll check on the cats. I'm done watching them. What is this? Hello?
I don't know what it is.
What just happened?
Charlie,
What, Charlie?
his legs are all wet.
Well, how'd that happen?
I don't know.
Oh, no. Hope he's okay.
What happened?
Man said Charlie's legs were all wet.
Maybe he got into something wet then.
Did you get into something wet? Kinda worried me.
Is the toilet seat closed? Will you check, Justin?
I'll check. Did it say his paws got wet? Oh. You think it's from the water? Was it from water? Must have been our bathtub then, or the toilet seat is closed. Weird. Our toilet seat is closed. Maybe
Charlie out. He
He's laying down already on his post. I did.
Not the other bathroom, they ain't doing that bathroom.
It's closed. It's closed, Steve. Yeah.
You should play Candyland game sometime. Yeah, we're going to.
Play Candyland, that'll be fun. You don't mind. Oh, I think this is decorating for Christmas. There's our Christmas tree.